Man's desire to conquer nature is a never-ending climb. Since our first days on Earth, we humans have been building in an effort to prove our dominion over the wild. In the early days of humanity, this construction effort was a battle of intellect and brute strength. Today, it's evolved into a struggle of technology and innovation. So in this video, we're going to see 10 construction inventions that will blow your mind. Number 10. Virtual reality. When you see someone sporting a pair of those signature goggles, you assume that they're engaged in a video game taking place in a virtual universe. But did you know that virtual reality is becoming a key component in the construction industry? Project managers can use virtual and augmented reality to replace much of the tiresome and time-consuming paperwork that comes with bringing any client's wishes to life. Instead of trying to draw a picture that client can visualize, builders can instead simply put their customers in a VR headset and whisk them into the finished product to find out how they're going to like it. Not only does this vastly improve overall satisfaction for the customer, it also saves a ton of time and money while also speeding up the process of getting a building from concept to creation. Number 9. LiDAR. This technology is perhaps most well known for its promise in self-driving vehicles. But LiDAR, or light detection and ranging, is also quite useful in construction jobs. The sensors can be mounted to construction equipment and quickly produce a three-dimensional image of the area in real time. This gives workers the ability to work from further away, drastically reducing the chances of injury in one of the most dangerous lines of work in the world. While super cool, LiDAR has its limitations. One is that the sensors are very fragile, not something that works in your favor on a construction site. Also, they are ineffective in rain, snow, heavy dust, or fog, all of which are pretty common in this line of work. Number 8. Off-site fabrication. Something really taking hold in the housing industry as well as in the industrial world is the process of off-site fabrication, or producing parts and components of a building project in a shop or factory and hauling them to the worksite. Traditionally, this process was reversed and many of the components of a building were measured, cut, or at least assembled at the job site itself. This creates many complications such as the need for specialized tools and operators for those tools at the specific site, as well as more time and resources spent traveling, etc. But by using many of the most recent technological advantages, some of which we've already seen today, most of the individual parts can be manufactured and assembled off-site in a shop where the necessary personnel and equipment are readily available, and then quickly hauled to the job site and installed. Huge savings in both time and cost are achieved with this development, especially with equipment like heat exchangers, pump units, compressors, and instrument panels, as well as the trusses that support the roof of a house. Number 7. Artificial intelligence. AI is quickly being implemented in the construction world as a way to analyze data and optimize for time and cost in a mere fraction of the time. It would take an army of humans to do so. The labor-saving possibilities of this developing technology are truly endless. Number 6. Self-healing concrete. Concrete is among one of the main materials in use throughout pretty much any type of construction in existence. Whether laying the foundation for a house, paving a parking garage, or cinder blocks lining the walls of a school building, concrete is certainly one of the go-tos and must-haves in the industry. In fact, concrete is the second most widely used substance on the planet, right after water. Now, concrete has one major flaw that can be seen clearly in every driveway that is more than a few days old. It cracks. Builders do their best to predict and control where cracking will occur and make it as stable and safe as possible. But the long and short of it is there is simply no way to avoid cracking in concrete. However, that may be getting ready to change thanks primarily to a work of a professor at the Delft University of Technology in the Netherlands. Hendrik Marius Jonkers is the world's leading expert on self-healing concrete, an absolutely unthinkable invention. If you've seen our video on automotive inventions and technologies, if you haven't, go watch that now. You'll recall self-healing tires. But tires are made out of rubber, which is a much more flexible and pliable material that can imagine filling itself in. How could something as brittle and rigid as concrete possibly do that? What Jonkers is working on is distributing a limestone-producing bacteria throughout the concrete before it's poured. Once embedded in the material, the bacteria can lie dormant for around 100 years. As soon as a crack develops in the concrete, they spring to life and go to work producing limestone using the water that seeps in and moisture from the atmosphere as fuel. Over time, they'll completely fill the crack with limestone and, having put in a hard day's work, go right back to sleep. Number 5. Smart boots. Smart boots have the potential to radically increase worker safety as well as efficiency in the construction industry. The footwear is equipped with sensors that can alert first responders in the event of an accident and also measure things like worker fatigue. In addition, smart boots also create the possibility for worksite managers to monitor the location of employees and thus assign tasks more quickly and efficiently. You know what my smart boots are telling me right now? You need to subscribe to this channel. It's for the boots, man. Just do it. Number 4. Connected hard hats. Much in the same way that boots can be wired to increase efficiency and safety, hard hats can achieve the same result or act as a complement to smart boots by monitoring location and biomarkers of job site employees. Number 3. Drones. Drones are commonplace in today's world. Everybody has an annoying neighbor who flies their drone all the time. Or maybe you are that neighbor. But anyway, drones are becoming more and more popular, used in monitoring and surveying construction sites. They can also perform tasks such as taking measurements in hard-to-reach places, thus keeping workers out of harm's way. In 2017, drone usage on job sites increased by 239%. It's likely we'll see that number continue to climb. Number 2. Robots. We all knew robots would take over the world someday. While that may or may not be true, they are definitely increasing in appearance and usefulness on construction sites. Japanese researchers created a humanoid laborer in response to worker shortages in the industry. This is a human-like robot capable of doing many things that people can do, including hanging drywall independently. Robots are also in use to increase efficiency, which we can see in the case of the tie-bot, which can tie rebar on bridges much faster than a crew of humans. Number 1. Swarm robots. Wrapping it up today is perhaps the creepiest thing I have ever seen. Swarm robots. These little guys operate just like a swarm of ants and rush in usually in large numbers to do things like lay bricks. While they can perform menial tasks very quickly and efficiently, robot swarms could also be in use very soon to erect structures in places not reachable by human hands, such as the deep sea or maybe even outer space. That does it for today. Go ahead and leave a comment letting us know which of these advances in technology strikes you as most promising or most appealing. While we watch the world around us transform into the future, you might as well subscribe to this channel so you'll be up on all the latest and greatest. Now until next time, be well, my friends.